Hey guys, so this is part 2 for the double angle and half angle identities. So I'm sorry that the other video got cut off. So these are the examples that I wanted to show you. There's just 2 of them. The first one I wanted to talk about is find sine pi over 8. So we are going to be using the half angle identities, So the half angle identity for sine, just a reminder, is sine x over 2 is equal to plus or minus square root 1/2 1 minus cosine x. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to change sine pi over 8 and we want to put it over 2. We wanted to, instead of saying pi over 8, we want it to be something over 2. So the question is, what over 2 is equal to pi over 8? Okay, there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can solve for the missing question mark. You can cross multiply and divide. However you want to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. Multiply both sides by 2. Right? So our missing right here is going to be 2 times pi, 2 pi over 8, which is the same as saying pi over 4, right? So pi over 4 divided by 2 is equal to pi over 8, right? So pi over 4 over 2 was equal to pi over 8, okay? So that's the first thing we do, is we get it into the form where we can use our half angle identity, because now that we have a half angle, we know that this pi over 4 is the x in our identity, right? So sine a pi over 4 over 2, where again pi over 4 is our magical x, is equal to plus or minus square root 1/2 1 minus cosine, but not x. Remember, it's cosine pi over 4, which is, we know that value, right? So we get plus or minus 1/2 1 minus, but instead of saying cosine pi over 4, we know that cosine pi over 4 is the square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so from there we can simplify. Distribute the 1/2, square root of 2 over 4. And I think we'll just stop there because I don't think that can really simplify any further. So we're going to just stop it there. But that is why the half angle is super awesome. Okay, so one more example using half angle. I want to look at cosine pi over 12. So remember, step 1, transform pi over 12 into something over 2. Something over 2. So something over 2 has to equal pi over 12. Okay, so I'm going to solve for that something by multiplying both sides by 2. So that something becomes 2 pi over 12, which is the same as saying pi over 6. Okay, so that becomes pi over 6, which becomes our magical x value. Okay, so now we need to remember, what is the half angle identity for cosine? Well, cosine x over 2 is plus or minus square root 1/2 1 plus cosine. Okay, so cosine pi over 6, where pi over 6 is our magical x value, over 2 is equal to plus or minus square root 1/2 1 plus cosine pi over 6. Okay, so hardest part, looking up on your chart, what is cosine pi over 6? Let's see, so you're looking on your chart, pi over 6, cosine pi over 6 is square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so we can distribute that 1/2, we get 1/2 plus square root of 3 over 4. We can go ahead and just leave it like that. All right, so here is a bonus for those who watched example 2, or watched part 2 of the video. Instead of doing 2 through 6 evens for 5.7, instead of doing 2 through 6 evens, you now only have to do number 2. I will not be taking 4 and 6 as part of the grade for your homework. So bonus to you for watching part 2 of the video. It looks like this is on page 260. Okay, so 5.7, you only have to do number 2 instead of doing 2 through 6 evens. All right, thank you for watching.